So here's how to load film, advance, and unwind film. So this camera was very tricky. I ripped the thread off many rolls of film. The really important thing to note is this back button here. See, it's got a little spring to it. That's your best friend, that little button right there. So first, open this up, and you'll see this button here actually releases this arm. You see that? This arm here. So when you push this button, this arm is pushed, and you're allowed to actually advance the film here, because it's going to stop here. It's going to stop on each frame. But when you push this button to advance, you're going to bring it over this little rise here. So catch. And then it'll allow to go forward, and then it'll stop, and that's your frame advancement. So when you're actually advancing the frame, you push this button here, and then turn the advance knob until you make it over that little rise on the threaded part here. Then you let it go, and then you continue to advance until you get that stop. And you should, well, of course there's no film in there, but I'll load the film and I'll demonstrate that. And this also goes for unwinding. When you wind it back in, you have to hold this down and then unwind from the bottom here until all the way. You have to hold this button all the way until you get no resistance, of course, on the film, and then you can let it go. Because if you let it go and try to wind it, again, you're gonna rip the thread off the film. And I did it many times before I even knew what this rear button was for. So let's go ahead and load this. Let's grab some film. Standard 35mm film. So we'll just pull it out. Just advance it a little bit, and you'll see. Thing is, it's not shutter activated, so you can actually do multiple exposures on the same frame, which is really nice. So when the back button is pressed, this is going to hit this lever, and then we'll be able to advance the film. So see, and then you let go, and then again it will catch again, and then it stops. Once you feel tension, you have to stop winding. It's very sensitive, because again, I ripped many sprocket holes from many rolls of film before I knew what I was doing. So, and then, well, again, it's just habit to fire the shutter, but the shutter is independent of the actual film advancing. So push the button for a second, and then actually let go of the button, and then advance the film. And then you stop. When you feel tension, stop, and then you're ready to fire. But again, it's habit that because you can fire the shutter multiple times, it's not going to release. And this is actually, if you can count the spools, you may even do half frames or multiple exposures on half frames. But again, I haven't experimented with that yet. So feel that? Stop. Then you can fire. My counter never works, so I'm just guessing on how many exposures I took. But when you actually wind the film back into the film case, you actually hold this button down the whole time, and then wind it back in, and you'll see that this top wheel moving. Hold it down, and it's all about feeling the tension. So, and then you can let go of the button, take it off, and then you go. Good luck.